Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Today I'm going to be planting out my Ranunculus, or buttercups is what you might know them as. A little late in the season for doing this, but when you live in a cold climate like I do, which is Zone 3, Saskatchewan, Canada, and you order bulbs from a company and they need to ship them to you, you need to wait for them to get shipped. So these bulbs arrived in late May, I believe it was, and I did a quick little clip of me just how I got them started to this point. So they're just, they were pre-sprouted, just soaked them in a little bit of kind of room temperature water with water dripping on them. And then just put them, you could put them just in a tray and just throw them all, like kind of sprinkle them all in there and cover them with soil. I did them in individual pots. Just, I don't know, that's how I wanted to do it. So I have them in individual pots. And I've actually taken some that sprouted a while ago and I've planted them out into some flower pots. They haven't flowered yet. It'll probably be a month or two yet before they do. But I have these here that I was still waiting on. And I have more that I think got too wet or too cold or something, they rotted away. But for my first time trying Ranunculus, it looks like I got a decent amount out of them for not really knowing what I'm doing and doing it the wrong time of year. But I really wanted to try these because they have such a beautiful bloom. They're called the rose of spring because normally they would bloom in spring for you. And they have this just gorgeous kind of rose or peony-like flower. It's just absolutely stunning. And they're supposed to have a very long vase life, like 7 to 10 days. So I'm excited to get them all planted up and hopefully I can get a little display going. They are more of a cool weather flower, but you know, Saskatchewan, Canada, I'm not sure exactly, you know, what cool weather constitutes for these plants. That we usually get around 25 Celsius on average through the summer months, and we do sometimes hit like 35 or even up to 40, but that usually isn't for too long extended periods. So I'm hoping that I can get these to flower. They like full sun. Part sun is okay from what I've read, but full sun is ideal. And like I said, somewhere where it's cooler if you can do that. So my plan for these, I just have, looks like I have, I may have gotten them mixed up, but I think I have 3 of the pastel peony that are sprouted, and it looks like one more might be kind of sprouted and ready to go. And then I have 3 of the Persian Purple Sensation. I have another one here that I'm not sure it's doing anything, but have a look. So I'm gonna do 2 pots up. I have these pots here, and they have just kind of a water reservoir. I'm not sure if you can see that in the bottom. So not the best carrying pots, but I'm hoping they'll work for this. And in the one with the pastel mix, I'm gonna put an Emily Mackenzie crocosmia, which is a kind of an orange yellow crocosmia, if I remember correctly. It's a new crocosmia for me this year. And I'll put the Ranunculus in around it, and with any luck I'll get blooms, you know, together, or maybe even extend the season a little bit. I may add in a few little annuals, subacopa or something around the edges, just to give a little bit of flower until I see something happening. And then for the other pot, it's the same pot, but I'm going to put some Acidanthera. This is a white flower with a purple center. And I thought it would look very nice with the purple sensation. So, like I said, I have them in trays. I used to have them kind of more organized and knew exactly which was which, but they haven't stayed that way. So just looking to see if there's any difference in the leaf that would tell me which one. This one might be a purple sensation. I'm thinking this one might be a purple sensation because it looks like it's kind of a purple on the back of the leaves, or a burgundy, and these others do as well. Not all of them though, so I'm not sure, but we'll get them put in here, and we'll find out how it works out in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some soil. I just have some soil left over from doing my hanging basket, so it has some some bloom fertilizer in it already. I'm going to use that to fill these containers, and then I'll put the crocosmia or the acidanthera in the pot, and then plant these because these don't need to be quite as deep. So let's get started. So I'm just going to center these crocosmia. I'm looking to see if it told me how many I had. I can't remember. I think there was like 15 or 20, but I'm not exactly sure. I do have some nice roots coming there. They're starting to grow. I do have a video from when I did these, so if you're curious about what I did here with those, then I'll put a link so you can check back. So I believe the buttercups are supposed to be planted about 4 inches deep and 6 inches apart. So take the two that I'm pretty sure are the pastel peony mix and put them kind of across from one another here. And I have another one. Leaf in the bottom. Another one here that just is barely starting to sprout. I don't know how well you can see that. It's just getting a little sprout there, so I'm pretty sure we'll get something out of this one. Pop it down in there. They're a very fragile kind of a bulb or corm. They're little octopus legs that want to break off. See if anything's happening with this one. No, this one has started to rot, so we'll get rid of it. I'm guessing this one looks like it dried right out. Not sure why one would have dried out when the rest were wet and rotting. It still feels good, so I'm just going to stick it in here and see if we get anything. And then one more here that I'm pretty sure is the pastel, but it's not doing anything, so let's see. Oh, and there might be just the slightest, not sure if that's from, we'll see. We'll put it in, we'll find out. I'm just gonna tuck those in there. And I'm gonna wind up burying these that are sprouted a little, but I think they'll be okay. This is the first time I'm doing this. This is certainly not a how-to. This is a what I'm doing to try this. Okay, so I'll put the tags in so I remember what I have in here. Put it to the side. Oh, I better put some water on it. So this is the acidanthera. I just love this plant, and it has a gorgeous perfumey smell that's not overpowering, but very pretty. Let's see, I think these are the purple sensation. We'll find out if they bloom. So. Hopefully you can see the nice roots that are coming on these. And I have one more. I'm not sure is doing anything, but we'll stick down in here and maybe we'll get blooms out of it. Some tags in so I know what they are. So there's the two pots. This is the Acidanthera with the purple sensation, and this is the Crocosmia with the peony, what was it called? Pastel peony, with the pastel peony mix. So this pot I'm happy with to put out and have displayed. This is looking really sad, and even though these might start to grow soon, I just would like a little more, and I have extra plants in my greenhouse, so I'm gonna pot them up. So this is a Bacopa. It's looking a little worse for wear because it fell and dumped all over, and I've just kind of popped it in another container. So I'm gonna try and guess where I don't have one of these Ranunculus and just pop that in. And here's another one. This one's a very small little pot. Lots of roots on it. It really needs to get out, be planted. So again, I'll try and aim for there's maybe not a Ranunculus. And then I have this this Calibrachoa here, so I'm going to put this in as well. Oops. So let's see. So I've just broken up the root ball in the Calibrachoa a little bit so I can get it in there without disturbing the other plants too much in there. So I think hopefully that fills in a little bit more then, and gives me a bit more display in case the Ranunculus don't grow. These look really healthy as for what I would expect, so I'm really thinking these should come along and do something. These are looking a little spindly, so I'm just not sure, but it could be different varieties, different looks. But so these are gonna have to find a nice sunny place, but hopefully it doesn't get too hot, and I'll keep you updated as to what happens. I'll show you where I planted a few more of the Ranunculus into some other pots so you can have a look at how they're doing. I planted them up about 3 weeks ago. I started them the exact same way as the others. They had sprouted earlier, so I'd planted them up. So this is the seating area in front of my deck, and on either side there's a pot and they have the Ranunculus in them. So let's go have a look. So this is the first pot, and I put a big, a nice zinnia in the middle. I can't remember what variety of zinnia this is. I'll have to try and look up the flower here and maybe I'll know for you. And then I have the pastel peonies Ranunculus. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 it looks like in here. And then I have some Sunglow Crocosmia. So it's a nice yellowy Crocosmia. So it should look really nice when these are all coming up. And until the other things flower, we have the zinnia, so that looks really nice. Here's the other one, and this one has the purple sensation Ranunculus around the bottom. It has the Acidanthera, so again it'll be that white flower with the purple center, and then I have some Osteospermum right here, and so that is Sky and Ice, I believe is the variety, and it has a white flower with a purple center as well, so this would be a really nice combination. So both these pots look like they're in shade right now, but they're just it's just the time of the day under these trees. They're getting a little bit of shade, and then they'll be back. They've had morning sun, and they'll be back getting a bit more sun again in the afternoon as well. So lots of sun on these, but a little bit of shade from the worst heat. So I'm thinking I might put them, the new pots, just up in the corners because they'll get kind of that same treatment, I think, of 68 hours of sun all together through the day, but a little bit of shade through the worst of the heat of the day. So I think I'll go grab those and have a look. There's some daffodils here that are done, so we'll just pull those up. I have this pot right here by the edge of the patio. And then I have a very similar space on the other side. So let me get that one. So I'm hoping that I can get these to flower this year and then dry, and I can lift them and save them over the winter and then get them started the right time of year next year and hopefully have better success with them. So I'll keep you updated as to how these go, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.